everybody, it's Corey the Reset Girl, and I am doing my page for Tuesday, August 4th. And again, this is something I normally do at night, and for the last week I have just been going to bed super late, so exhausted at the end of the night that I'm just not in the mood for any kind of videoing and decorating and all that stuff. So when I was just kind of decorating in bed, it was different, but now that I'm trying to make more of an effort to film, it's just not something I feel like doing at midnight. So I was looking at my old, it's just, it's actually a current planner. My planner that I was decorating before, and just is very inspiring. I was inspiring myself. I just really like the different little tricks that I've been doing and to kind of save time in this process. And I had mentioned before that the way that I try to film things is I try to film them as I do them. So I'll try different things out. And I find it funny that the video that I kicked all that message off with happened to be the one video. It was my inkwell that I just filmed for August, that I actually had things pre-planned for a change. So it was rather ironic. My pre-planning, if you want to put it that way, is really a lot of like this. I'll just go ahead and punch and cut my paper in advance. I have a couple of these trays, actually probably more like 4 or 5 of them, to be honest. I have one for the inkwell. I have one for the TheDayDesigner. And what that tends to mean is I go ahead and pre-cut a lot of my pieces so that they fit perfectly in these spots. And it makes it so much easier to decorate that way because you have everything kind of pre-planned. So another thing on this particular page is like this spot here, or this spot down here, or you could put an entire strip all the way across. So there's different ways of decorating your page, and this is just one method. This is my method. I like incorporating scrapbook paper into my pages, not just using stickers. I love using scrapbook embellishments, all those fun things. So I have been trying to be more creative in the materials that I've been choosing for this kind of stuff. I had a scrapbook. I'm going to show you an example. This is from Felicity Jane's studio. So this was the paper kit. And as you can see, this one big giant sheet of paper is actually comprised of a bunch of smaller journal cards. And all you have to do is just cut them down. And once you do that, you end up with these individual pieces. You'll also notice on this particular one that I actually cut it right out of the paper and just for this piece alone. I think I did the same thing for I'm Kind of a Big Deal and this one. I actually, hopefully this won't take a while to do. I actually punched some of these shapes out deliberately to capture the little messages like this one. I'm pretty sure I did that. I could be wrong. Or I don't know where it is. That's always, oh, haha, I found it. So in this case, I took my little template that I've been using to hand cut my own hexagons, and I went ahead and I hand cut that one right out of that page. So one method of doing, decorating inexpensively is cutting scrapbook paper. A 12 by 12 sheet gives you a lot of real estate. I even cut this little flower out as well. So in her particular kit, she also gives you an extra embellishment kind of page where you can cut these pieces out, and she designed them specifically for that reason. So that is kind of the direction I've been going, is trying to find other elements to kind of incorporate into my planner. Yesterday I used one that was perfect for kind of journaling on. So I was going to do the same thing, and I figured like that little space would be cute. Sometimes it's just those little details, that little space I think is adorable. Here's another one that looks like a film strip. You could actually stamp a checklist in that space if you wanted to and add that. So I try to be creative in what I'm doing. These two elements are so pale that you could stamp right over the top a checklist. You could write right over this and they would be able, you'd still be able to see that. So that was a little message I had for you this morning, was looking at scrapbook paper as an opportunity to decorate with as well. So this was an Amy Tangerine sheet, which was really cute. It reminds me of the font that I use for the Lister's Got a List challenge. So those are probably the two elements I'm going with this morning. And I love punched circles. Love them, love them. So I'm probably going to add a piece there. This sheet that this came from is ombre. So as it goes down, you know, the 12 by 12, it starts getting darker and it has this more green, or kind of a bluish green, I would say. So I can either go with one of these or one of those probably. I like matching it up with that seam. So this is what I do in my pre-plan. Sometimes I just like move the paper around until I like it a certain position. Like that. Let me see if this is something I like better. Sometimes being subtle is better. I like that. Because there's a seam right here running down the pattern, you can use that to line up with your piece. And then what I would probably do over that is put, as an example, is you could put like an embellishment right there to kind of bring those two pieces together more seamlessly. I have a bunch of embellishments sitting up here on my desk because I didn't clean it off yesterday when I turned the camera off. Because I seriously thought I was coming right back to film, and then that just didn't happen. So like there's an example, another one. So I think that's what I'm going to do. This is going to be the basis of my page today. And move that in. I'm keeping my finger where the placeholder is for this line. Matching it up with it. What I find with this, this paper is much thinner than it is in the inkwell. The inkwell is just crazy good quality paper. So I find that you have to use a lot less ink with a lot less glue with this guy because the pages are thinner. I think I like it in the back like that. Hang on, let me see. Maybe I don't. I kind of like it on the front, actually, now that I look at it. Okay. So there we go. There's my foundation. And then I'm going to start putting down some stickers. I'm putting random things. I do not have any rhyme or reason for what I'm grabbing. I just like adding the color. And I personally am a big believer in just experimenting and trying things. Sometimes you'll end up loving your page, and sometimes it'll be just okay. You never know unless you try. Okay, so to me, when my eye looks at this, I want to see another like kind of bright pop of red or a brighter color. So to me, that feels more balanced than that blue did. And yesterday when I was stamping, I mentioned how I have a tendency of leaving things on the block, but I actually didn't this time. I actually put that stamp away. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and stamp this, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm using Tin Can again from the, my Prima chalk edgers. It feels like every time I go to grab one of these things, there's some kind of issue. I have dropped these stamps directly on my tabletop too. They've come, the lid has fallen on the ground. It totally leapt off the stamp pad. There's always issues. Okay, so there's my Tuesday, and I'm going to go ahead and put that one back. And this just happened to be sitting out here for no rhyme or reason, and the colors actually completely go with my little layout. So this is what I'm going to put on here today. I think, maybe. I don't like being committed right away. I want to make sure that's the right decision. It's funny, sometimes I just have no idea how my page is going to turn out at all. This is an embellishment pack all about school. This is snack time on it. It has no relevancy whatsoever to this layout I'm doing. I just like the fact that the yellow matches this yellow down here. So that's why I'm adding it. And I have to tell you that there's no rule saying that things have to match and have to make sense. Sometimes it is just fun to just use decorations for just the sake of decorating. The more I do that, the more I enjoy my pages, because I'm not stressed about it matching something and it making sense. I actually really like the fact that it's very whimsical and fun. It doesn't have to mean anything. It can just be the fun of just putting it all together. Now something like this, like a speech bubble, to me this would be a super fun little element to write an important note you do not want to forget, or that's really important, something that you want to stick out from the rest. That's what this would be to me. Something along that line. And let me see something here. Yeah, visibly I like that better. Let's peel that one up. Fortunately, it didn't get permanent yet. This glue stick dries really fast. You don't have a whole lot of wiggle room to make changes, change your mind. Okay, and then I want my washi that I always use and love. And then the other, now when you have a color like this is a good opportunity to use stickers that will stick out, literally, by using like a white one on top of a color. Okay, so there's my page. Terrible mess going on. Hopefully the next time this camera clicks on, you guys will not be staring at all of my mess. And I don't even mean it like in a cute way. Like it literally is a mess all the way around my table right now. It's hideous. So I do need to get on the ball and get my stuff cleaned up. Because, I don't know, I think it's a lot more fun to decorate when things are clean. Okay, and I'm adding one of my stickers because I'm obsessed with these stickers. I just love them so much. They're really fun. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and add my reminders and fill out my text, and then I will be right back. And I promise I will be right back. Okay, so I'm back. I went ahead and I filled out all of my tasks, to-dos for the day. I'm using my gumballs, the color blocked ones, for my reminders. And then I used a couple of my mini flags to create little sub lists on the to-do section. And I have been loving, loving, loving that. I get to use more of the real estate here, and I get to make little, add a little more bit of color, and kind of categorized my tasks into different categories. So like the emails and things that pertain to listers, those kinds of things. So, and I added one extra sticker here, I noticed, since I turned the camera off, but that would be basically it. Like I said before, if I wanted to add another little important reminder, I'd probably add it right here on this space. And then I have this little space here to find a quote for. And I think I have shown in a different video already what I do, but I usually go on Pinterest and I look under quotes. And that's basically how I find something that that I like, and then I go ahead and write it in here. And that's it. That's my day. So I'm going to go ahead and photograph that, post it on Instagram, and get on with my day. I hope you guys all have a fabulous day, and I will see you back in the next video. Bye, everybody.